Applause, applause. You've conquered the last boss, friends, and with that, welcome to part 3 of the Lies of P Overture Platinum Guide, or rather the 100% complete walkthrough. We'll continue at the Stargazer, and now we can finally use the key to unlock the door. Be sure to give a thumbs up. That would make me really happy. And we'll jump right in and head down this path here, this mysterious one. And there's a cutscene coming up, so I'll skip that part for you so you don't get spoiled. So just head straight through here. There isn't much to collect here either. Once you're through, you'll come out into a bright area, and there you'll find the first Stargazer, which we'll of course activate right away. And right here we also find the first NPC, a little puppet, so we'll head over to her and of course complete her quest as part of this guide. And of course we'll also collect all the coins that can be found here at the carnival. So starting from the Stargazer, it's best to upgrade first and then talk to the young little puppet here. You learn that her name is Rosaura, and she's looking for her shoes, which we need to bring back to her. Go through all the dialogue options with her, ask all the questions, and then we can go and get her shoes right away. Just head straight through here, through this, well, large square basically. Open the door here, and of course a few enemies will come at you again. We've now arrived at the Carnival Garden, and on the right there's a small booth where you'll find 10 saw blades. Yeah, it's strange, but you can actually use them, so go ahead and grab them. There's actually a prize to win here. You have to shoot and break all the targets back here, and I think it works well with the bow too. I did it with the saw blades, but it's not a big deal either way. And if you shoot them all down, you'll get a Royal Bloom tea set here, and that's pretty valuable, so of course we're going to take it with us. Alright, then let's just continue. From the booth we turn around, head over here, grab the changes to the reconnaissance orders, and then go left along this path to pick up the first coin. Carnival coin, there are 4 of them to find in this level. Of course I'll show you all of them, where they are and how to use them. Keep going straight through here, and in the back left corner there's a little something hidden right back here on the left. We'll grab the throwing balls. Nothing special, but they're also great for using in the minigames. Head inside here and you'll find something nice, the Carnival Prize announcement. Get on stage and show how well you can dance. And we can do that right away. So, go ahead and grab this card right here. Then use the coin that we found earlier, just like we planned. And after that you'll receive the next gesture, the tap dance, and we'll actually need that later, as the newspaper ad just showed us, because we'll have to show off our dance skills later on to get a hidden item. In any case, just wait here until the music finishes playing, and then you'll automatically receive this new gesture. After that, head back out and return towards the intersection. And this time we'll basically walk past the shooting gallery and just keep going straight ahead. There are a few little things to pick up back here, so jump along here, go down and grab the butterfly here. Remember, the puppet string is actually always a good tool for this, but I totally missed it. That's why I had to keep chasing them. It's not a big deal, you can do it that way too. But be careful, there's a tougher enemy ahead. So go ahead and use the string to take down the butterfly. Then just keep going straight through here. You'll see some monkeys hanging up above. And yeah, here's where the next big enemy appears. This one is also pretty strong. The barrels are pretty much useless, so you can of course take them out with the puppet string as well. Take care of the enemy here. Like I said, that one was pretty tough in my opinion, and here you get a glowing Ergo chunk. We'll grab that and of course pick up the next Carnival coin back here as well, just as before. And under the bridge here there's also an attribute resistance ampoule, which we'll of course take with us. Take out the enemies here as well and then head back. But don't go straight up because there's still something in the ice back here. Hit it once here and you'll get the next item, a glowing Ergo crystal. Of course, we'll take that with us, put it in your bag and then head back here, go up, and you'll see a door in the back left. Remember that for later. We need the Black Rabbit key for that, and we'll get it later. First, head back to the intersection, and this time just go straight ahead. There you will see, yes, an old acquaintance, and we're going to take him out now to get a brand new coin from him. So go ahead and defeat him here. He should be pretty easy for everyone, but he did end up needing about 3, 4, maybe 5 potions. We get the next coin here, turn around, and first head off to the right. Here we can go up, and there's a little booth. Before we go there, let's grab the improved discovery here. And at this booth, we can use the next Carnival Coin, which will open the door in the back, where we can of course go inside and absorb a little mini game. You can go ahead and try it out for yourselves first, but there's a little trick here. You have to take out the enemies here pretty quickly, and for that, of course, we use a super fast weapon like the Winter Rapier Blade, for example, or any small rapier blade that's really fastened. With that, you can easily beat the minigame. So you just have to pop the balloons here super quickly, and for that, this weapon is perfect, like a little needle. When the light turns on, the minigame starts. Of course, you mustn't hit the red ones, obviously. I don't even need to tell you that. So just take out the ones that aren't glowing red as quickly as possible. And once you've managed to do that, you'll get a little reward here, but you have to be pretty quick. It honestly didn't work so well for me when I tried using the greatsword, mainly because we're just way too slow, and on top of that, we simply don't have enough stamina for it to be effective. Yes, once we've managed to do that and taken out all these training dummies here, which by the way works pretty well with the rapier, we'll finally get our reward. The light turns on and the chest is ours. So we go in and grab the blade of the Madman's Windmill here. We'll take that with us. Alright, we've got it in our pocket, and of course you can switch back to your weapon if you want, and then keep going. Head back to the main square, and this time go straight ahead, a bit to the left, and you reach the next big square with the Ferris wheel. Here you can take out the enemies first, of course. With these robots, it's always cool to use the puppet string. Honestly, it's also my favorite Special Legion weapon. Puppet string is always awesome. In any case, take out the enemies on the square first, and you'll see something shining in the back, so let's grab the saw blade here as well. We've got the saw blade, and now we see this huge Ferris wheel here, so let's head in that direction first. You can ride the Ferris wheel later, but I'll show you that at the appropriate time. First, run back here to the right into the corner, go along there, and follow this path behind the Ferris wheel, because there are still some enemies and a bit of loot to collect. So go in here, take out the enemies. It really shouldn't be a problem, and grab some nice loot here. Plus there's also a nice chest, so make sure to pick this thing up. A Splendid Ergo chunk. Then head up the stairs here, smash through the crates, and open the chest here as well, where you'll of course get the Hibernation Amulet +1. So now we've got that in the bag and can head back. Just run back the same way and return to the main square. There's nothing in the corner on the right here, so I skipped that part and went straight back to the main square. Now we can head towards the bank and into this circus area. A few more enemies have appeared here, but it's no big deal. So the Ferris wheel was here, and that's why we're going to head right and take the next step here. You can see there's another small ticket booth, a little house. But first, go into the bank here and pick up the Fable Catalyst. And once we've grabbed that, we can continue on here. As I said, here's the big Ferris wheel, and now we're going to head right and over to this little house. There you throw in your coin, and that gives you access to the arena behind it. And watch out, because now a pretty tough enemy is coming up. I say that quite often in this DLC, but they really are pretty challenging, I have to admit. Unless you're over-leveled, which is always a different story. If you are over-leveled, just raise the difficulty a bit, otherwise it eventually stops being fun. Take this guy down, he's already cost me quite a few potions. Or maybe not, but for some reason I fought him for a long time. Well, he did smack me around a couple of times, but apparently by the third or fourth try I managed to beat him pretty well. Definitely pick up the Auto Adaptive Converter +1 here. We're going to use it right away. It's actually really good. We can use it immediately. If you're having weight issues, you'll need to deal with that using an amulet. Otherwise, it's really top-notch, so we're taking it with us. Yeah, feel free to equip it however you like. I've equipped it. Then head back out of this place and you'll find yourself back at the main square where the Ferris wheel is on the right. Now we're heading straight to the carousel, and on the right you'll find another shooting gallery where you can get more saw blades. Here too we have to take out all the enemies again or shoot down all the targets, and then we'll receive a miraculous vial which we'll take with us. Then head outside, turn around and take out the enemies here, even if they look harmless. One of them actually managed to corner me pretty badly once. No idea how he did it, but just be a bit careful there. Of course, also be sure to grab the Legion magazine right here on the bench. And then back here in the far right corner you'll find the very last coin, which we'll gladly pick up as well. Now take out the last remaining minion here and then grab this final Carnival Coin. Naturally we'll also take the loot from the enemy. And from here we definitely want to get onto the carousel next. We actually want to ride this little horse, which of course isn't possible, but we can go inside here because there are still a few items in there. That's exactly why we head back to the big square, and now at this point we'll use the Ferris wheel right here to get to the very top. And if you're wondering why my Ergo is just lying here, well, it's simply brutal. If you're fighting stick drift while on the Ferris wheel here, it can actually get pretty intense and tougher than some enemies. So make sure to jump out when these wooden planks come by, and then you can continue on from here. There are still a few more enemies coming up here. One of them tries to sneak up from behind, but not on my watch. And right after that another one comes crawling over. As I said, they can really deal a lot of damage, even though they're actually super easy, but in a bad situation they can definitely catch you off guard. Once you've taken them out, simply head straight ahead, continuing forward, and you'll soon reach the large carousel tent. This is the place where you'll be able to get the key that unlocks the entrance to the Zoo Tram Station. Now that we've got it in our pocket, we jump down here to get into the carousel. Here you need to be careful. If the horses hit you, you'll take damage. Try to grab the item here, the Crescent Moonstone, and I still got hit, but it's not that bad. They don't take off that much health, so just go through here, take out the guy, and once again I got stuck on the puppet string, but it's not a big deal. You can see the large chest here, and inside are the shoes that we need to find and give to the young puppet up ahead. We've got the rose shoes in our inventory, and then you just need to get out of here somehow. I did a little loop around, but that wasn't such a great idea because the guy back there started throwing bombs at me. Well, it works. Just take any path you want to get out of here. Maybe you'll do it better than I did. And here there's a small opening where you can jump down. Now of course we're going to hand over the shoes first. So for that, head all the way back across the square to the very beginning, to the first Stargazer, and hand over the shoes there. I'll just let this run for now. We're almost there now, and here we'll go over to the young lady Rosaura and give her the rose shoes. And for that we'll receive an amazing reward, which we of course need for a few trophies. Specifically we get a record from her and also a piece of a drawing that leads to a treasure. And now we've got that in our inventory. So far so good. Now we're going to head all the way back to the carousel, basically to where we found the last coin. We'll continue. Last coin was here, we need to use it. So we'll head back here, cross the suspension bridge, then jump down here and pick up your sharp pipe on the left. And here is a special merchant, but we'll get to that in a moment. First, head left here and you'll come to a tent where you can use the last coin to grab another goodie. So toss the coin into the machine and you'll get a full moonstone, I believe. That's why we're definitely picking it up here. And now we've got it in our bag. And now, very important friends, make sure to perform the tap dance one more time. So go into your inventory, do the tap dance gesture, and you'll get another nice reward. If you put on a great performance, you'll also receive the cheer gesture. So we've done that, and we also get a Strategist's amulet here. Of course, we'll take that with us as well. And then we can head out of here and go to this mysterious merchant. This guy's pretty cool because he's going to tell us more about the teapot we found. We'll sell it to him as well. The tea set gives 19.0 and can only be sold. So we can definitely hand it over to him. So it was definitely worth it to play the minigame for 20.0. Be sure to buy the key to the Black Rabbit Hole from him. And you should also pick up the record and the life amulet, so that you really have everything in your inventory and have basically bought out the merchant. By the way, you can also buy gears here in case you run out, but as I said, the mini games can also be done with the bow. Anyway, buy everything out here. Once you've done all that, we can move on. Now we turn around again and take the barred door back here, and then we can go through there. Now we arrive at the train station, but since we have the key, we can use it again right away. So walk all the way through here and then you can go up to the train station. There's nothing to collect up here for now either. So go all the way up until you reach the train station. And now we want to use the key again. That's why I'm going to show you now exactly where it is. When you arrive at the train station here, grab one of these statues. It looks pretty cool, but in any case, we need to activate the Stargazer. There's also an NPC back here. You can go to them first if you want, but make sure to use the Stargazer here. We'll also use it in a moment to teleport. And here, of course, we can once again choose between telling the truth or a lie. The woman, the blind one, tells us that she has this really awesome painting and it's lying back there in the corner on the floor and we should put it back up because the painting is just amazing. So we'll take it with us now and it's simply an empty canvas. Yeah, I have no idea. We give it back to her, set it up, and then she asks us if we also see that it's an amazing piece of art when we click on listen here. And yes, if we lie, then of course we say it's an unbelievably awesome piece of art. And if we tell the truth, we naturally say that the canvas is empty. So depending on your play style, I'm always the liar. So of course I say, wow, that's a really crazy awesome piece of art. You could really sell that for thousands of dollars. Yeah, so far so good. We've whispered the Ergo here and then we move on with her, simply turn around again and go back to the checkpoint because of course we still wanted to use the key and that's what we're going to do now. So go up to the Stargazer and teleport again. Feel free to upgrade again if you want and head back to the Carnival Garden. You might remember the door here, which we can now of course open with the key. From here, once you've reached the checkpoint, just head straight ahead. Go past the shooting gallery on the right, which was over here, and then just head into the corner at the back. There you'll find the door, and you can use the key here. Inside you'll find a beautiful safe, which we'll of course crack open right away. And grab something really nice from it, among other things, a new outfit and also the hunting gear, and that's pretty cool. Especially the mask. I thought it was super cool. I've always wanted to be part of the Black Rabbit gang. That's why I'm definitely grabbing this as a costume and putting on a new hat. First this one here, which is pretty cool. So we've unlocked a hidden outfit, and now we are almost at the end of this guide. Just head back to the Stargazer and then teleport over to the train station. There's still one more item there. It's not important, but I show you in a moment. First, head back to the Stargazer. From here, of course, go back to the train station, and the young lady here has nothing more to say either. I definitely wanted to check that again, and then we'll just grab the Stargazer. Well, at this point, thanks a lot for watching. Now back to the Zoo Tram Station. Teleport there, and then we can continue because the guide will pick up again in part 4. So when you get here, you can take the tram once. In the left corner, there's something to grab by the crates where you can get an Ergo chunk. So grab that and then hop right onto the tram. Wouldn't want it to leave without us. You never know. Luckily, it doesn't say DB on it, but it seems to work. Alright folks, see you next time. Take care. Adios. Ciao, ciao.